Hey, what's happening? Happy Wednesday to everybody. It's Daryl here. It is not so bright and freaking early. It's 3 p.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I'm actually sitting right smack in front of First Congregational Church in Bristol, Connecticut. And if you're from another part of the country, you might be amazed or interested in how old all the buildings, most of the buildings here in New England or Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, this whole area, a lot of the buildings are close to 300 years old, especially if you go around the center of town, like the Green. This church here, right on the Green, is 1747. That was almost 300 years ago. If quick math in my head, I think it's 200, almost 280 years ago, 270, I don't know. It's old, man. A lot of old buildings here. Okay, anyway, what I want to talk about today, I noticed, I was going through my my YouTube analytics, and I was surprised to see that a video I did got a lot of, not necessarily a lot of views, but it got, people watched it all the way through. And that was the video I did about giving tips to Generation Z, younger guys, on dating. I was really shocked. It made the most money of any of my videos last month. I get paid by the minute, and the more minutes I would get watched, that made the most money. It might not have gotten the most views, but it made the most money. So I want to talk about that some more. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm a 58-year-old old man, but I've always, growing up with my mom and my sister, I always felt very comfortable with women. I've never, back in the early days, before I was 12 years old, I was picked on. I was the last guy to get picked for basketball, playing spin the bottle or truth or dare on the bus. I was the guy that none of the girls wanted to you know, pretend that all the girls pretended I didn't, you know, they couldn't see me. But when I turned 13 or 14, I grew about 8 inches. I filled out. My mom started buying me the cool clothes back then, the Levi's and the Nikes, and before I knew it, I was dating girls like 3 years older than me, and you know, I was a freshman, and I was dating juniors, like popular junior girls on the volleyball. Girls playing volleyball in high school, one of my favorite things. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Okay, so like I said, that video did really good, and I was trying to think of some more tips. Maybe I could talk about first impressions, making a first impression. This is, you know, for younger guys. I'm not saying I know a lot of stuff, just stuff that worked for me. You know, some tips. I've been around for 58 years, and I've learned a few things. So one of the things is you gotta hygiene is one of the things. The nails. Keeping your hands clean. I was just working on my car, and I had to scrub my hands, and you know, make sure my hands and nails. Always keep your nails, your hands clean. Keep your hair clean. Here's something I talked about in a video before. Never leave your house without taking a shower first, because people can smell that on you. I'm not saying you smell bad, but you smell like your bedclothes. You know, I'm sure you guys have smelled it. When I go to Walmart at 6, 7 in the morning, if I walk by somebody, you could smell they haven't taken a shower. They don't smell bad, but they smell like their bedroom. Do not smell like that. That is a surefire turnoff for girls. Never, or women, I should say, you know, never leave your house without a shower. Well groomed, to get a haircut. You know, you might not want my haircut, but get a haircut, you know, every 3 to 6 weeks. Keep your hands, your nails clean, your hands clean. Okay, here's another thing I want to talk about. I am not a proponent of the wingman theory, you know, having a wingman. I am that, you know, when I don't ever go looking for women, but it works a lot better when you're alone. It's less intimidating for women when it's a single guy, whether it's a single girl that's coming up to you, or two single girls, or two girls, or 3 girls. They find it, this is my theory, they find it easier to approach a guy if the guy's alone. You know, do not have a wingman. Wingmen are useless in my opinion. It's intimidating for women. Here's another tip. If you see, I told you guys before, this is the biggest tip I could tell you guys. Get out of the house, get out in public, and do the same thing every day, just for 15 minutes. Go for a walk, go to the library, go to the store. I told you guys in a video before, TJ Maxx, it's a store around here. It's got women's clothes, it's got guys' clothes, it's got some housewares, but it's filled. Every time I go there, the place is packed with women shopping. Women cashiers. I'm like the only guy in the place. It's like me and 50 women. Great place to meet women. Get out and be seen. And here's the thing, you know, you don't approach a woman, you don't hit on a woman, right? You know, you don't do that. I don't do that. But if you're going to the same place, if you appear at the same place every day, if you have a schedule, a woman or a female that's interested in you will know where to find you. This has happened before with me. The girls I've dated have told me, you know, I saw you at the deli. I didn't, you know, that's what Audrey told me before. She said, you know, she was standing next to me at the deli and she thought I was attractive, but she didn't realize that we were like boyfriend and girlfriend back in 3rd grade, you know, and she went there to find, she knew I shopped there, and she went and she found me there again. Have a routine, get out in public, and so women that are interested in you, women that think you're attractive or they might want to get to know you, they know where to find you. You know, it's seeing somebody, there's no replacement for seeing somebody face to face. Meeting somebody online, chatting online is just bull. You can see if somebody's telling the truth, if somebody has is already in a relationship. You know, if somebody's being dishonest, it's a lot easier to tell when you're talking to somebody face to face. Now, here's something interesting I never talked about before, and it's really cool. I was blown away when I first discovered this. This is the good thing about having, you know, some guys will say, you know, a guy and girl, they can't be friends. That's, you know, I've had many girls that were just purely friends, all through school, all through high school, and they were gorgeous. Some of them were gorgeous. It's just, for one reason or another, we were friends, and we never crossed that line, and it was a good thing. It's good to have females that are friends, and I'm going to tell you why. I had this one friend that was a girl. Actually, there was 2 or 3 of them that hung out, and they hung out with me. I was about 4 years older than them. Her name was Shannon, gorgeous, long blonde hair, beautiful blonde. And her friend, I can't remember her friend's name, Colleen, I think it was. And I was friends with them. And we would go to the bar on Friday night, and here's where it gets interesting. It was a mutually beneficial situation when we would go to the bar, because I would go in, and I'm a big guy, you know, and we'd go to biker bars and bars with bands and stuff. And it would be me and the 2 girls. And we'd walk in, and I would kind of be, guys wouldn't hassle them as much. You know, guys wouldn't be rude to them. Guys wouldn't grab them by the butt or whatever, because I would, you know, they'd see me there. So I was kind of like, I wouldn't, you know, I don't want to call myself protection or security, but I did provide a kind of, you know, protection from an element of safety for them in some of these bars. You know, so that was my donation to this relationship. Now, this is where it gets amazing. When I walked into the bar with these 2 women, every single time, I'm talking dozens of times this happened. We'd walk in, there'd be a band playing, and I swear to God, if I walked into that bar alone, women would barely notice me. But when I walked in with 2 gorgeous girls, like, you know, Shannon, all, you know, long blonde hair. I'm not a big fan of blondes, but most guys are. Leather jacket, skinny, gorgeous. She just had, you know, she just went to the tanning salon. And Colleen looking, she's a brunette, tall, long legs. I'd walk in with these 2 girls, and we were just friends. And I swear to God, every girl at the bar, every girl in that place would turn around and check me out. And I'd see them smiling at me. They saw me walk in with 2 good-looking girls. You don't have to have 2 good-looking girls. It could just be another girl. Women will check you out. That means that you have a high stock value, that you're worth, you know, you're worth checking out. Because if you're already with a woman, that means, you know, there's something to you that's attractive. And this is bizarre, but I swear to God, it's the truth. And every time I would walk in a bar with these 2 girls, You know, and we would laugh about this after. You know, the girls would laugh. You know, we both laugh. You know, I would get approached by women all night long. They'd see me walk in with the two girls. I'd get approached. They'd say, you know, is one of them your girlfriend? And I'd say no. And they'd say, oh, great. You know, can I get you? They'd buy me a dress. I swear on the Bible, I was much more attractive. I had a higher stock value when women would see me walk in with another girl or another two girls. I swear on the Bible, it worked every freaking time. And when I say worked, it's not like I was trying to get over on anybody. I wasn't, you know, pretending, you know, I wasn't being dishonest or anything like that. But it was amazing. I could walk into that same bar and the girls would barely give me a second look because there was, you know, the place was full of guys. The place was full of good-looking, tall dudes. You know, I was just one in a million. But when I walked in there with two good-looking girls, I swear to God, man, you know, that made a huge difference to the single girls or the girls that were checking out guys, the girls that were looking to, I don't want to say hook up. That's not really my kind of language, but you know, the girls that were interested in meeting somebody. You know, and that always, I swear in the Bible, check it out. You know, and you don't have to be dishonest about it. Tell, you know, if you got a friend that's a girl, tell her the situation. You know, you know, this guy on YouTube said if I go to, you know, it'll work. Trust me, it'll work great. Those are some of the tips I have for today. That's just off the top of my head. You know, and I'm not saying I know everything and I'm a big, you know, ladies man or stud. It's just that I've been around for 58 years. I've been dating. I was never married, you know, never had kids. I've been dating for over 45 years. Oh God, 45 years. So I've got a lot of experience, and I'm hoping to share it with you guys. You know, because I see a lot of Generation X guys, or Generation Z, I'm sorry, you know, complaining a lot that they can't meet women, that women aren't interested in them. They are, believe me. You're just not going to the right place. You're not doing the right thing. Oh, one more tip. You know, I don't approach women. You know, when I first see somebody like on the street, I'll smile and make eye contact, and then I'll look away. And a lot of times, if somebody's interested in you, they'll keep looking. You know, I'll get into that more in the next video. You know, but I'm not the kind of guy that walks up to a woman without her coming up to me. Like I said, I try not to be intimidating, and that seems to work really good for me. I'll get into that more in another video. All right, you guys, I got to get back on my bike here. You guys have a good Wednesday, or you'll probably be watching this Thursday. Have a good Thursday.